Hi and welcome back to the lab. And today here on the bench we have Yaesu FT991, which is deaf on shortwave. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so here is our FT991 in test configuration. So we are on the 20 meter band, 14195 megahertz, and according to our specifications, the radio or the transmitter, so the generator, is set to 0.158 microvolt, right? So that is 159 nanovolt. Okay, so that is very low, and that is a specified sensitivity on SSB, and well, so we should hear something, but maybe you can hear it. There is only static. Okay, let's look into our specs. Sensitivity, SSB, that is important. Bandwidth has to be set to 2.4 kilohertz, and then we should see minimum 10 dB signal to noise with 158 nanovolt input level into our receiver, and that is important too. Amp 2 should be set to on. Okay, so let's configure what we need. Okay, so the first what we set is 0.158 microvolt. So that is equivalent to 158 nanovolt. So you may already recognize that is a very low level. But with this low level, we should be able to see at least 10 dB. Okay, so let's go over to the radio. Okay, radio, and now we of course need to set all the different parameters we need, and we see here we have it set to, what is it, 2.4. So that is fine, and attenuator is off. Not sure if you can read it. Sorry, I go a little bit closer, then it might be a bit easier to you. But what we do not have set yet is our microphone amplifier. So we need to set it to amp 2, and already when we set it to amp 1, we can hear a signal. Let us go over. Look here, and already with amp on level 1, we have already almost 12 dB. So that is better than the required 10. So with amp on 1, we are already fulfilling our spec. So let me set it to 2. Now it is set to 2, and look here, so we are reaching almost 18 dB Synod. And well, Synod is a little bit more complicated requirement. So if a radio is fulfilling the Synod in the required way, then that is definitely fine. And you see even our sign is already quite nice. And here once again you can see it is amp 2, the setting right now. So that is exactly, so let me turn it a little bit down. So that is exactly what our specs are telling. So I do not really see that there is a problem with receiver sensitivity on shortwave. Okay, so we are only testing on one band. So what I really need to do, I really need to go to all shortwave bands to be able to justify is there a problem on a dedicated band. So that is what I'm doing now, and if there is a finding, I will come back with the result. Okay, so what can I say? I tested all bands up to 50 megahertz 6 meter band, and I mean, any band is within its specs, so the radio is working just fine. So from my point of view, there must have been something happened in his setup. So in his letter, which was sent with the radio, he mentioned that they did, let me see where it is. So he's telling that they were testing another radio, and they did some PA tests, and he believes that the radio get damaged by this PA tests with another radio, and this radio was switched in. Well, I cannot confirm it, and we really don't repair if there is nothing. So maybe that was a very much boring video for you, but you know, that is what sometimes happens. You get radio in, and you have a full description, and you try to reproduce the fault, but it happens to be that the radio is fine, as we have it here in this case. Okay, the old man requires to put the newest firmware to the radio, and that is what we are already doing here. So you see, the system is now writing, so that is definitely the newest software which we put to the radio. So that takes a while, and you see how it works. It is basically very easy. Okay, the second what we are doing here is the DSP firmware, which we are dating up here. So it is always more than one firmware which we need to update. So yes, first one main, second is DSP, then we will have one left. And you see, so that is fine here, everything is okay, and we can confirm. So now DSP software is on. And the third firmware module is the TFT firmware, and you always should follow exactly the descriptions you get from Yaesu in order to do the right steps right. So now we are upgrading or updating our TFT firmware. And as we already said, now we are dating up the TFT firmware, and that is the third, and it is the last module. So here you can see the progress, and well, on the radio itself, let me go down, you can see this. So the radio shows that something is going on here. And you see, you get your complete indication for TFT firmware update. So that is ready now. Okay, so you see here the new reporting, and here we have the old one. So you see everything has been updated. Okay, so we are definitely here at the end of our video. So it is not really difficult to perform a firmware upgrade, but follow exactly the instructions which you get from Yaesu on the Yaesu web page. There you find all the firmware updates. It is important really to follow everything, and you need a COM driver before you start anything. So your PC needs the special COM driver. But that all is available with the firmware. So I only can remind you really to read the firmware upgrade process very carefully. Okay, so that's it for the day. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.